We're just waiting on AvGeek to pop up. There we go. AvGeek is here. Dewey, hi AvGeek, how's it going, guys? So the mystique of my adjustment has been ruined. Thank you, Sonny, for ruining it. The one thing I had. God. How's everybody doing today? I won my match earlier. Let's see if we can get a good match out of this one, and I'm not quite sure how I want this arm to go yet. I haven't quite figured that out. So I don't believe I've seen AvGeek play before, but he's a max outer. I've played against Santtu in both in friendlies and on Tetris Effect Connected. He roundly handed my ass, which should have happened given he's a 1.1 player and I'm only a 500k player. So big surprise. So if we want to get the coin flip going, we can move along. Assign home and away. A 917 already. Nice. That's a good warm-up. Tails never fails, except it only works about 60% of the time. It comes up heads, so... Saying TTUU, yeah. TTU. Yeah, I blame the painkillers. 814 is... Oh, that is a choke, so... Alright, yeah, if you guys want to do 18 all the way, that's fine. I am going to give Santtu the Weasel, though, since he won. 18 all the way is perfectly fine with me. Hey, but a 917 choke is still way beyond my PB, so I'm pleased to see it, even if it's just the score. Alright, whenever you guys are ready, we can get this going. Alright, we got the Hover 3 on AvGeek's side. We've got the ready in chat from Santtu. Please start with the countdown in chat. Don't wait for my voice or what I'm going to be pointing at the screen. Starting in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I haven't had a Texas yet this season. Alright. AvGeek starting off with a tuck. Nothing too too bad. At this level, they're just annoying to see. Why can't we ever have easy pieces? I mean... Alright, AvGeek's got the little J tuck set up right now. Now onto a T-spin double situation right there, but nails it. Gonna have to burn at least one more line. There's the one line. Gonna pop that over. Santtu grabs a Tetris. Getting ready to beat more heads in. Well, he beat my head in anyway. Alright. 2 burns coming from AvGeek right here. Long bar, followed by immediately by another long bar to get that first Tetris of the game at 12 lines, 29,000 points. Santtu's at 13 lines at 69. Hey, now 160. Another quick Tetris by AvGeek to close the gap just a little bit. There's only a couple of lines differentiating everybody right now, so it's nothing too crazy. Oh, Santtu has to block everything off. Piece is not really agreeing, but is dirty ready about halfway up the board. AvGeek nice and clean. Really nice to see, and Santtu gets through that drought, gets the... excuse me, gets the Tetris. I ate a bunch of stuff there, causing my allergies just go nuts right now. That's what we get for American Thanksgivings. Allergies and overstuffed. Alright, Santtu working up pretty high, but tapping away, working down. AvGeek grabs another Tetris, goes to 144,000 at 33 lines. Santtu's at 100,000 at 31, so small lead. 2.5 Tetris lead roughly for AvGeek at this point. Santtu trying to work it down. Pieces aren't quite agreeing with him. Gonna take a couple of burns right here and hope to get it either an I or an L. Nothing right there. It grabs a triple for safety, and we are officially into suffer status for Santtu at this point. AvGeek has another burn to get through. Just looking for an L or a J. An I will knock it out, but it creates a dependency there. But it's up. Grab this Tetris. Another long bar coming down the right is only going to be a triple right here, but needs to burn one before he can get to that. All right, and Santtu is to a nice clean board. Looking quite good. Starting to score again. AvGeek gonna burn one out and then start playing row 2. It looks like row 2, never an issue here. Good job getting that long bar all the way to the left on Santtu's side just to make sure he could work his way down a little bit further. Another touches for AvGeek, 250,000 at 64. Santtu's at 199 at 69 lanes. Santtu, Tetris ready, gonna grab another Tetris. Let's see if he decides to stay on row 2 or if he's gonna try to find like a T and burn this down to get to it. No, looks like he's gonna stick with row 2. Nice little adjustment with that O to make space for the S afterwards. Back to Tetris readiness. AvGeek is now Tetris ready. Gets a long bar a couple of pieces later. Goes to 301,000 at 77 lines. So on a very nice pace right now. This is a very maxable pace, if I have my math correct. Santtu is Tetris ready, looking for the long bar, getting squiggly pieces left and right. There's the long bar, gonna grab a Tetris, go to 270 at 85 lines. So AvGeek has pulled away a little bit here. Both of these players are capable of playing well into 19. There we go, both players Tetris ready. Santtu still working off of row 2. Gonna go S flat to continue the build. AvGeek 90 lines, 370,000 points. Santtu 95 lines, now 97 lines, 300, just under 320 points. Suffer start has fallen off a little bit here. Santtu gonna grab another Tetris. Still working row 2. Nothing wrong with row 2 play. AvGeek 103 lines, 439,000 points. Now working left well. You heard me right, that's a left well. Tetris ready on the left. Santtu's got a little bit of a gap with a square right there. Should be able to clear it out pretty quick here. Yeah, there we go. That's eased down slightly. Gonna be another couple burns before Tetris readiness to the right yet, but yeah, this is well within reason for Santtu. And there's the long bar to smooth things out. Just gonna stay aggressive here. Grab another dirty Tetris, this time 3 rows off the bottom. AvGeek gets the piece he's looking for, takes that safety triple. Gonna have to burn one more, but gets it right there. And AvGeek at 475 at 119 lines, so transition is looming. Santtu is only a couple of lines away here. 403,000 for Santtu, 2 lines from transition, now 1 line from transition at 404. AvGeek is very close to the 500k mark at 124. Santtu has transitioned at 405, and he's off to the races. I'm jealous of the beer in your picture as well. I would love more. All right, AvGeek transitions at 524, up to 32 lines. Tetris ready, goes to 551 at 137, gets a little head nod in there. Always a good head nod. Santtu's at 143 lines, now 145 lines at 446, so AvGeek is well ahead right now. Santtu does still have a chance at this one, but he is working uphill. Gonna take a quick little burn. There we go. Santtu into level 21 right now. AvGeek's got a gap that he's gonna need to get filled up right there. Gets the nice pieces for it. Takes a triple right there. Throws long bar to the left, gets the Z to the right, and is getting ready for Tetris readiness again. There we go. S flat with a burn. Another burn. Gonna have to burn 2 right there, unfortunately, but it gets back to Tetris readiness after a few pieces right there. Santtu, meanwhile, gets into level 22 at 508,000. AvGeek at 160 lines is at 594,000. Now to 622 at 164. Santtu in the next line will be transitioning to 23. There we go. Santtu hits 23 at 545. Has a T-spin set up on the left. Gonna go for it. Doesn't get it. Ends up working out fairly decently, though. He's going to be able to clear that out and start burning down. Has the bowl set up quite pretty nicely. Long bar flat burns it out to even and be able to start building back up. AvGeek's board, meanwhile, isn't as clean as it was at one point, but it is still manageable within his skill level, from what I'm seeing. There we go. Excellent. Has the right side open, but is going to continue to burn it down. There we go, nicely back down to the ground, looking for the perfect piece that shows up. Now Tetris ready on AvGeek's side. Grabs another Tetris to go at 701,000 into level 25. Santtu is a Tetris away from level 26 at 628. Looking for the piece. Gets the dirty Tetris to go into level 26 at 661,000. AvGeek at 710,000 at 197 lines. Will be hitting level 26 pretty soon here, but is fairly commandingly in the lead at this point. Still about a 50,000 point lead. Grabs the Tetris, looks to reset the board just slightly. There we go. Bringing it down just a little bit. Now has the long bar dependency, might opt to go center well for a little while. Yes, gonna grab the center well Tetris to go to 789,000 into level 27. Santtu's board is getting up a little bit high. He's at 713,000. But clearing lines out as wherever he can. I don't know if he missed the flip on that one, but it has to set up another tuck. Oh, and Santtu's not going to be able to get anything over. My apologies for that 2-3 right in the middle of the board. I forgot to clear that out. The score, AvGeek, you have claimed victory. Go ahead and finish this out while I get the score set up. 2-0. You're almost to the thrill screen anyway, so might as well finish it off. 902,000 at the thrill screen, and gonna let it go. Good games, guys. Good games. Nicely done. That it got a little hairy in the like 24 and 26 range, but it was pretty good 25 and looks quite well. All right, AvGeek has the hover 3 going, just waiting on the ready from Dewey. Fake Div 5 player. Hey, if you ask people right now, I'm a fake Div 8 player. I should be, apparently everybody's telling me I should be in 7. AvGeek dedicates the 900k to Dewey. Alright, we got hover 3s on both sides. I'm going to take that as a ready. We're going to count it down from 3. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, yeah, that would do it. Yeah, if you haven't played in a while and then max, that would have an effect. Alright, AvGeek's looking for a long bar, or the L afterwards. Gets the long bar, gonna get the first Tetris of the game. Santtu is just kind of waiting up. Gonna take a triple right there. Looking, I'm not exactly sure what Santtu's gonna be going for here. It looks like he wants the burn down, but the pieces are just kind of Alright, yeah, it gets to the left. Gonna start burning down from there. It looks like I read that somewhat right. Another single right here. Gonna have to stack that vertical if he wants the immediate burn, but doesn't want the immediate burn. Alright, split triple from Santtu. Goes to 16,000 at 13 lines. AvGeek is at 18 lines. That's 767,000. So AvGeek is on a very smooth pace right now. I can confirm he would hand me my ass in a match. There's nothing wrong with that. My world of colors. Okay, Santtu's got a bit of a center well started off right here. Now it's a full-on center well. Is he going to keep going on it? No T-spin double setup right there, but nails the center wheel Tetris to get back on the board. Interesting build on Santtu's side. AvGeek's side is a little bit on the high side for a DAS player, but I believe he's a tapper, so this is really crazy. Oh, that... Yeah, gets that burn to get it over there. Has another Tetris available before he's got to deal with that hole that's now in row 2. Oh, no, DAS! Proving me wrong. That almost looked like a tap move. It kind of looked like a tap move to me, but he's a dasser. I appreciate the DAS. Alright, Santtu's still kind of in a suffer here. Working his way down. Takes the triple to get everything burned all the way down, and now gets to rebuild everything right there. AvGeek's going to grab a quick Tetris. He's going to be in a bit of a rebuild right here, but he's at 221,000 at 52 lines. Santtu's only at 87,000 at 46, so pretty sizable lead for AvGeek at this point. Well, Santtu does have a nice flat board. Well, it would be nice for Guideline, but it was an impressively flat board. A very workable flat board at that. Ooh, squiggly pieces starting to show up on Santtu's side. Long bar flat, long bar to the left, vertical there. Alright, long bar to the right, gets it open, gets another long bar over, gets over 100,000 points. He's at 119, 497 at 61. Another Tetris brings him to 142, 297. Meanwhile, AvGeek is at 66 lines at 291,000. Things got a little bit hairy, it looked like. Has a center well-ish Tetris available. Well, it's not a Tetris, it's only a double. But it does bring parity to his board, and now he's got the Tetris to go to 318,000 at 74. Not quite the same pace he was at on the last game, but still in the lead significantly. Both players at 74, 169 for Santtu. Now it's 78, 340 for 340k for AvGeek. Both players getting Tetrises is always good to see. Good stacking so far by both players. Santtu is going to be Tetris ready immediately afterwards. AvGeek is just waiting for the right piece, forms an I dependency, opts to solve that before getting a Tetris, which was probably a good call right there. Grabs the next Tetris, gets another one 2 pieces later, gets to 409,000 at 90 lines, an excellent pace by AvGeek. Santtu right now at 91 lines has 261,000, so it's not the best pace in the world, but for a lower division player, it actually looks pretty good. It looks good to a lower division player. Not great for Div 5, but for anybody in like Div 8 or 9 that would be watching this would just be like, whoa! How do you even do that, man? I'm sure Pumpy Heart would love to get one, but he really should have kept going on his sangria in our match earlier. He actually he had started a sangria, and Ian Keith had to text him and remind him, hey, you've got a match. And he's like, oh man, I wanted my drink. It's like, you could have kept drinking, dude. Alright, Santtu goes to 111 lines at 375,000. AvGeek's at 107 lines at 501. Excellent play right here, right now. Gets the right piece. Opts for a skim, gets a Tetris, goes to 526 at 114. I think that, I don't know my pacing quite that right, but there is definitely potential for a 600k transition here. Always going to be good to see. Nice little tuck by Santtu right there. At 115 lines, 398,000, so gets into the 400 at 120. Still has a 500k transition on the board, potentially. All right, 555 at 122 for AvGeek. He's got 2 more Tetrises. Not, there might be a way he could tweak. Yeah, okay. 2 Tetrises, still. 580. This is going to take the burn, go to 129. Lines at 580. Grabs a Tetris. Transitions at 605. Excellent work, AvGeek. Takes a quick double early into 19 to get himself Tetris ready. Oh, misdrop on that J. Gonna have to work down from over the other side. There we go. Gets it over. I believe there might have been a quick tap involved in that one, and AvGeek is going to top out at 609. Yeah, that did you lose DAS on that? It looked like you might have lost DAS briefly. Yeah, I know the feeling. I can, like, my 19 PB is only 800. Okay, no quick tap. Yeah, I haven't quite. Yeah, the overshift definitely killed you. So, Santtu, your target is 610,000. The top outscore is, I'm going to type it in math, in 609,800. I will drink some sparkling grape juice while Santtu's working on this one. Little 19-3 on AvGeek side while Santtu is chasing this down. Okay. Alright, Santtu at 171 lines at 558. Has about a little more than 50,000 points before the chase down is complete. Again, you need to get to 610,000. At 562, gonna take the double. Looks like he's gonna opt to probably, yeah, bring that down. I don't know if he's gonna go for Tetrises at this point, but he's got a lot of time, and I think he actually has enough time to just kind of line this out. All right, 582, getting closer, about 30,000 away. And the Tetris at this point gets him to 615, so Santtu is going to take this game. We are tied up 1-1. Nice work on that chase down. Good game, both players. All right, we got hover threes on both sides. Head into game 3. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oop, accidental 13 start, no problem. AvGeek caught it right away. Alright, AvGeek's got the high left side build. Santtu's been able to build a little bit more out, but nothing too... Ooh. I'm getting a little bit of frame lag on AvGeek's side, but it just cleared up a little bit. AvGeek gonna grab the first Tetris of the game after a few burns right there. Santtu might have gotten a little bit aggressive. I didn't quite see what was going on. I was paying attention to AvGeek's side. Apologies on that. But Santtu gonna grab a Tetris after 6 burns. Both players in the 20,000 range right now. Interesting option, a burn option from Santtu right there. I'm not 100% about it, but his burnout is going fairly well right now. AvGeek is also in a bit of a sticky situation here. I could call it a sticky wicket, but I don't think there's any, I don't know if there's any cricket fans here. I just like the phrase. It's a fun phrase to say. All right, Santtu finally going to nail down another Tetris at 28 lines. He is at 61,900. AvGeek is at 23 lines at, or now 24 lines at 43,000. Grabs a Tetris to go to 66 at 28. So AvGeek is ahead by just a little bit right now. Going to use that long bar into column 3 to get things smoothed out. Looking for a long bar, or it's the piece he would have wanted a little bit earlier. Square's going to clear things up. Now Tetris ready again. Takes the double, gets a Tetris right after Santtu gets another Tetris. So Santtu is 1 line behind and about 16,000 points ahead. AvGeek is working one out. Santtu just slams home 2 Tetrises right away to go to 153,000 at 45 lines. Pieces aren't exactly agreeing with AvGeek at this point, but he is not in any immediate danger. Few more burns and things will be good right there. There's the 2 to burn it out. AvGeek is back to Tetris readiness. Gonna work board parity a little bit here. Long bar dependent in column 3. Gets the long bar for a double to clear out. Just needs a good piece for the right. Looks like he is going to work. Ah, there's the piece he wanted. Long bar dependent on the left, but open and Tetris ready on the right. Santtu's at 205,600 at 16 lines. AvGeek's at 56 lines at 113,000, and the board is getting a little bit out of hand here. Has a T-spin set up, not going to let it go, and he's not going to be able to get anything to the left. So, Santtu, you're going to be good for game number 3. You will take the 2-1 advantage. Good game. A little bit of a suffer start. It actually kind of looked like my 18 game earlier, where I topped out early because all of the pain flared up. So, Santtu, you are good to go. If we were a little bit later in the game, I'd let you transition, but... Get some liquids. Alright, when we get the hover 3s, we can start game 4. Alright, we've got hover 3s from both players. So we're going to get it started, and we're counting down from 4 this time. In 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I haven't even gotten a Tetris TM yet in any of my restreams. Alright. No tucks on either side within the first 2 pieces. Looks like Santtu is going to have one eventually here. Gets the T to tuck it. Both boards looking nice and clear. No real misdrops to speak of any, where AvGeek's got a little bit of a tuck setup with that S. I keep wanting to call it a Z. I know it's an S. Everything's a Z to me. Santtu's going to get the long bar for the first Tetris of the game. AvGeek's going to respond with the second Tetris. Santtu's going to come right back with another Tetris. Both players at the 100% efficiency mark. Both players now Tetris ready. No burns yet. Oh, AvGeek had to block things off. He's going to have a little bit of burning to do. One more line. There we go. He gets the line. Santtu's at 12 lines, 68,000. AvGeek's at 48,000 at now, well, no, 71,000 at 16. Santtu's at 91.2 at 16. Takes a burn with a square to keep the board in hand. AvGeek's got a nice flat board right now. Gonna get his left side built up a little bit. Creates a hole on row 5 that won't be too difficult to deal with. Quick 2 burns with a T and a either a J or an L, one of the two. It was the blue one. Santtu has to set up with the late burn and use a long bar to resolve it, but clears it out and gets another long bar immediately afterwards. He's at 33 lines at 163,000 points. AvGeek's at 28 lines at 120,000 points. So the lead is Santtu's right now. AvGeek's got 3 more lines to burn to finish, completely resolve this one out. Has it cleaned up, is Tetris ready. Santtu, in the meantime, has a long bar dependency in the middle, but is Tetris ready, nails it. Goes to 188. Now has a big long bar dependency right down the middle that he solves. Now Tetris ready at 190,000 points at 42 lines. AvGeek is at 193 at 46. Santtu gets up to 46 at 213. So we're about a Tetris and a half apart right now. AvGeek set up a very smart long bar dependency in the middle after he saw that he had the long bar coming. Alright, triple. Single. AvGeek is Tetris ready at 51 lines at 200,000 points. Santtu's at 235,000. Now 258,000 at 54. Both players Tetris ready. Both players waiting on the long bar. AvGeek gets the long bar, surrounded by a couple of squares right there. Gets the J to tuck everything in. Has a long bar dependency hanging out in the middle, but was Tetris ready until he filled in the side right there. Long bar for the dirty Tetris right in the middle to go to 269 at 64 lines. Santtu's at 327 at 66 right now. Another Tetris for AvGeek to go to 70 lines at 294,000. Santtu needs to burn one out, and then we'll see if he's going to play row 2 for a little bit here. He is Tetris ready on row 2. Gets the Tetris. AvGeek has some digging to pull off here. Alright, gonna have to burn up higher than he really wanted to. Ooh, these pieces are not happy right now. And can't get anything to the right, and AvGeek is going to top out at 296,000 of that. Hang on the right kind of killed it for you. So Santtu, you are good for game number 4, and you're gonna take the match 3-1. Good games, both players. That was fun to watch and talk over. Santtu, go ahead and keep going. I mean, the match is over, and I do want to watch you play a little bit more. Thank you. I've been told by some of the the more well-known commentators that my calls are actually pretty decent. It's just I don't do it all that often. I did like that burn. That was a nice spawn position burn with that T over there, Santtu. I have to keep that in mind. I think I can. That's something I could probably use in the future. There we go. There's a little bit of a lumbar drop for Santtu over there, but nothing too crazy going on right there. Yeah, there's the other Tetris. Yeah, AvGeek, your dash control is really good. I liked watching that. That was some. I wish my dash control was that good. It's gonna take some practice, but all right. Santtu's left side's blocked off. He's not gonna be able to get over there. Ends up topping out at 481, but 556. That's high quality. My my 134,800 on that 19th start was like 132 lines, and I had exactly one Tetris in all of that. Just one. I was just trying to line stuff, and I ended up almost like getting to a 20 transition. So, all right, real quick, let me go see if we got somebody we can raid. I don't have a whole lot of viewers right now, but there's no reason not to raid anybody. No, we're not gonna raid. We're not gonna raid Games Done Quick. Tristop is playing. DeSilver G is playing. Somalian's got something going on. I don't know what the hell's going on with his. You know what? Let's just raid Tristop. Why not? Alright. Good games, guys. Thanks for coming out, anybody that would happen to be watching. And we'll see you next time.